Imagine you're standing at a crossroads faced with a big decision. You're torn between two options. One feels like the right choice deep down, while the other is driven by a mix of excitement and fear. How do you know which path to take? Is that inner voice your intuition guiding you, or are you simply caught up in your emotional patterns? This is a common dilemma many of us face, and it's crucial to understand the difference between intuition and emotional patterns to navigate life more effectively. Both intuition and emotional patterns play significant roles in our decision-making processes, but they stem from different sources within us and serve distinct purposes. Let's start by exploring what intuition really is. Contrary to popular belief, intuition is not the same as a gut feeling. A gut feeling is more instinctual, often tied to our survival mechanisms. It's that immediate, visceral response we get in certain situations, driven by our primal instincts to protect ourselves. While gut feelings can be powerful, they're typically more reactive and based on past experiences or learned behaviors. Intuition, on the other hand, is a deeper, calmer knowing. It's like a whisper from within, guiding you towards what is truly right for you, even if you can't explain why. Intuition operates beyond the realm of the conscious mind, tapping into a deeper part of our being that has access to wisdom accumulated over time. It's a steady, grounded sense of knowing that doesn't waver, offering clarity and insight without the urgency or intensity that often accompanies gut feelings. In contrast, emotional patterns are the habitual responses we've developed based on past experiences. These patterns are deeply ingrained in our nervous system and can be triggered by various situations. They are the automatic reactions we have to certain stimuli, often influenced by our upbringing, past traumas, and learned behaviors. Emotional patterns can range from fear and anxiety to excitement and joy, and they can sometimes cloud our judgment. For instance, consider a person who has a pattern of avoiding conflict. When faced with a situation that requires confrontation, their emotional pattern might trigger anxiety and fear, pushing them to choose a path of least resistance. On the other hand, their intuition might be nudging them to stand up and address the issue head on. In such cases, distinguishing between these two inner signals becomes crucial. One way to differentiate intuition from emotional patterns is to observe the quality of the feeling. Intuition often feels calm and clear, even if the message it conveys is challenging. It's a steady, grounded sense of knowing that doesn't waver. Emotional patterns, however, tend to be more intense and erratic. They can feel urgent, overwhelming, and are often accompanied by a sense of being driven by external pressures or past fears. Another aspect to consider is the aftermath of following these inner signals. Decisions based on intuition typically lead to a sense of alignment and peace, even if the outcome isn't immediately favorable. There's a deep inner satisfaction that comes from knowing you've honored your true self. On the contrary, decisions driven by emotional patterns might offer temporary relief or excitement, but often lead to regret, confusion, or a sense of disconnection from your authentic self. It's also important to note that intuition and emotional patterns are not mutually exclusive. They can coexist and sometimes intertwine, making it even more challenging to discern one from the other. This is where self-awareness and inner work come into play. By cultivating a deeper understanding of our emotional patterns, we can begin to recognize when they're at play and differentiate them from the quieter voice of intuition. To achieve this level of awareness, practices like mindfulness, meditation, and reflective journaling can be incredibly beneficial. These practices help us slow down and tune into our inner world, creating the space needed to listen to our intuition and observe our emotional patterns without judgment. In the end, the journey to distinguish between intuition and emotional patterns is an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to look within. By honing our ability to listen to our intuition and understand our emotional patterns, we can make more authentic choices and live a life that truly resonates with our deepest values and desires. The Inner Foundation series can be a valuable resource on this journey. Specifically, the art of inner mapping can help you understand your emotional patterns more clearly, while the art of mindful visioning can enhance your connection to your intuition. Both courses work together to support your inner growth and decision-making process.